got some amazing people, speakers who have actually brought along, many of them are multi-millionaires, right, who trade with millions of dollars. And the whole idea behind the retreat is very simple. I really want y'all to learn, I want y'all to earn, I want y'all to really understand the mindsets of what it takes to be able to trade bigger sums of money. The theme of this retreat, very simply, as you all know, is halving, right? We have a very important day happening. This is a very monumental event in crypto, right? It has already led to crazy gains, and I believe that we will see much greater, much bigger astronomical rise across the board, right? So if there is a time to really seriously propel yourselves financially, it is this year. When I was figuring out myself, it was my own self. I had no mentor to teach me or whatever. But now you guys are blessed. Why? Because you all have a community, you all have people around you. You have Kelvin, you have Resh, you have Louis, you have all these guys to actually teach you and guide you, right? So you all are in a much better situation. You'll be learning about the mindset of multi-millionaire traders, right? The caliber of people that are brought for this retreat. Man, you all are in for a treat. Those are the speakers, and those are the guys we're gonna be learning from over the week.
Hey guys, Louis here. I've got Edwin from Australia.
Yes.
Edwin, you're one of our students. How do you like the weekend so far in Phuket?
Oh, it's crazy. It's one of the best and amazing Phuket trip.
Cool. And how many trades have you done in a row that made money?
Oh, gee, I already done 10 trades in a row. Already make about $500-600 bucks.
$500-600
On the sniper trade.
On the sniper trade. How long does a sniper trade last?
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Is it risky? Yes or no?
No risk.
Everybody, I've got Shan here from Singapore, interior designer. And Shan, we're in Phuket. How has your trading experience been so far?
Oh, it's very good. I did a lot of trades and it's all in profit. Yeah.
All in profit. But how many trades have you done just in the last couple of days?
Maybe 10 trades.
10 trades in a row.
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
And how much is that monetary wise?
10% of the portfolio at least. Not a lot, maybe about 1,000 plus.
1,000 plus.
Because I put like very small position.
During this trip, I actually make some pocket money and cover some of my meals and some of my etiquette.
Oh, it's amazing! Like, I think I started trading or taking some instructions over the last 1 or 2 days, and I just saw my account went up by $7,000. 7,000 USD.
Awesome. Congratulations.
It's been a pleasant one. I can never lie that of all courses that I went before, this has been the far most the most pleasant.
And have you done any trades? Have you made any money?
Yes, I made some profits. Compared that to my losses, the wins absolutely gorgeous, man.
You made money. You made money. It's amazing. So what would you tell the people who are on the fence whether or not they should come to the next live retreat? What would you say?
I would say Go for it!
Go for it, go for it.
Don't have to think.
Excellent, excellent. High five,
Yes.
high five.
Y'all should come and try. It's really a lot. You gain a lot of knowledge, and then you learn a lot of things from the rest of the experts, rest of the team, and there's coaches around. And anything we are not sure, we can help ask them, and they'll be around to guide us along the way. So it's a retreat that y'all shouldn't miss.
Oh, definitely you must come. You should not miss it because the Bitcoin halving is coming.
And the best part is, I'm definitely going Vietnam now, right? I think it's so amazing. You're not just doing it by yourself. There's so many things that you need to unlock in terms of what your mindset is. The biggest thing I've learned from this trip is mindset. Like, how do you play to win, and not just trying to play how to not lose, right? And that's totally different. I mean, take that again. How to play to win and not play not to lose, because when you're playing not to lose, it's a totally different mindset. But what I have opened up my mind is that's how I get my 30%, 40%. Previously, it was too conservative.
Don't wait. Join in. It's the best thing that can ever happen in your life. So might be the one and only chance for you. So join.
We've got some amazing people, speakers who have actually brought along, many of them are multi-millionaires, right, who trade with millions of dollars. And the whole idea behind the retreat is very, very simple. I really want y'all to learn, I want y'all to earn, I want y'all to really understand the mindsets of what it takes to be able to trade bigger sums of money.
Hey guys, Louis here. I've got Edwin from Australia.
Yes.
Edwin, you're one of our students. How do you like the weekend so far in Phuket?
Oh, it's crazy. It's one of the best and amazing Phuket trip.
Cool. And how many trades have you done in a row that made money?
Oh, gee, I already done 10 trades in a row. Already make about $500-600
$500-600
on the sniper trade.
on the sniper trade. How long does the sniper trade last?
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Is it risky? Yes or no?
No risk.
No. Everybody, I've got Shan here, designer. And Shan, we're in Phuket. How has your trading experience been so far?
Oh, it's very good. I did a lot of trades and it's all in profit. Yeah.
All in profit. But how many trades have you done just in the last couple of days?
Maybe
10 trades in a row.
Yes,
Wow. And how
yeah.
much is that monetary wise?
10% of the portfolio at least. Not a lot, maybe about 1,000 plus.
1,000 plus?
Because
High five.
I put like very small position.
During this trip, I actually make some pocket money and cover some of my meals and some of my etiquette.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, I think I started trading or taking some instructions over the last 1 or 2 days, and I just saw my account went up by $7,000. 7,000 USD.
Awesome. Congratulations.
It's been a pleasant one. I can never lie that of all courses that I went before, has been the far most the most pleasant experience I had. Yeah.
Excellent. And have you done any trades? Have you made any
Yes,
money?
I made some profits. Compared that to my losses, yeah, the wins absolutely gorgeous, man.
You made money. You
Yeah.
made money.
Gorgeous.
That's amazing. So what would you tell the people who are on the fence whether or not they should come to the next live retreat? What would you say?
I would say, go for it.
Go for it.
Don't have to think.
Excellent. High five.
Yes.
High five.
Y'all should come and try. It's really a lot. You gain a lot of knowledge and then you learn a lot of things from the rest of the experts, rest of the team, and there's coaches around. And anything we are not sure, we can help ask them, and they'll be around to guide us along the way. So it's a retreat that y'all shouldn't miss.
Oh, definitely you must come. You should not miss it because the big coin halving is coming.
And the best part is, I'm definitely going Vietnam now, right? I think it's so amazing. You're not just doing it by yourself. You know, there's so many things that you need to unlock in terms of what your mindset is. The biggest thing I've learned from this trip is mindset. Like, how do you play to win, and not just trying to play how to not lose, right? And that's totally different. I mean, take that again. How to play to win and not play not to lose, because when you're playing not to lose, it's a totally different mindset. But what I have opened up my mind is that's how I get my 30%, 40%. Previously, it was too conservative.
Don't wait. Join in. It's the best thing that can ever happen in your life. So might be the one and only chance for you. So join.
Hi, everybody. Coach Louie here. Hi, everybody. Coach Louie here. If you can hear and see me, type in a 1. Type in a 1 if you can hear and see me. Type in a 1 if you can hear and see me. If you can hear and see me, type in a 1. Type in a 1. There is a small delay. So Jaya, welcome. There is a small delay. Michelle Wu, welcome. William. Let's see here. We've got about 50 people watching. Joseph, cool. The more you guys interact with me, the more gifts I can give you. More gifts I can give you. Who would like some gifts tonight? Type in G if you like some gifts tonight. Type in G if you like some gifts tonight. And then today is ask me anything. So if you have any questions, if you have any things, go ahead and type it in the chat. Go ahead and type it in the chat. You know, our goal every week is to involve, enrich ourselves, our strategies. So let's go. Let's go. So first off, I know you're asking, what the heck happened with Bitcoin? Type in me if you're like, what's going on with Bitcoin? Type in me if that's you in terms of that aspect. And let's look at the Bitcoin chart. Let's get right into it. What happened over the last, let's say, couple days? I mean, look at this. Oh, geez. Since last time we chatted about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and look at Bitcoin just went down quite a bit. Let me share my screen. Actually, how do I share my screen? Stop here. Present. There we go. Share screen. Window. I'm just going to share the entire window. Oh, entire screen. Okay. Here we go. See if we can see that. And Bitcoin chart here. Got it all set up. Excellent. So what I want to share with you now, if you look at the daily chart, what are you seeing? You're seeing, when was the last time we were at this spot? We were here about 6 months ago, right? About 6 months ago. So you see it, Bitcoin on the daily chart, kind of hit its peak right here. And what it's doing is retesting around the 200-day moving average. It's retesting around the 200-day moving average. Now, what would you do? Would you go in? Would you wait and see? How would you play this in terms of trading? How would you play this? Now, is Bitcoin the only coin? I think every coin went down. Look at Ethereum. Very similar, I'm sure. So again, let me clear some of this stuff off. But you see Bitcoin, Ethereum went down too, right? When was the last time it was here? Wow, it hasn't been this low in a long time. Hasn't been this low in a long time. So the reason why I'm saying it all depends on your attitude, okay? If you're a big believer in Bitcoin and Ethereum, Solana, I'm not saying all the coins, but if you're a big believer, this is almost like Christmas. You know, myself, Resh, Coach Bernard, we always share, you always want to have some powder or fuel or money on the side ready to go in, okay? Ready to go in when you have sales like this. Now, let me ask you something. Let's say you're trading on the daily chart. Could you have spot this and prevented it? Who wants to know? Type in one if you want to know, hey, is there any way you could have predicted this in the future to protect your coins? Type in me if you, or type in one if you would like to know that. Type in one if you would like to know that. Type in one if you'd like to know that. Okay. So here's how you could have done it, right? There's a couple of different ways. If you go to a daily or weekly chart, especially if you have spot coins, which means you're buying without leverage, okay? Spot coins. Now, I like using the daily chart, okay? Because the daily chart for me is just easier in terms of that. But if you look at the daily chart, I mean, even actually here, you could have seen on the weekly chart, you could have seen it coming down. So with me, if I have a big holding of something, I always want to look at RSI and MACD and see where they're at. So if you looked at this, right now, what could you have done on the weekly chart? And again, I know it's hindsight is 2020. I understand that it's 2020. So you can always look back at the patterns, but sometimes when you're here, so if you got up here, let's say you started seeing coming down, what you have done, you would have again put in what's called a stop loss, right? Or you would have made sure that you protected whatever gains you had. Now again, on the daily chart. And you guys remember Coach Jay, every Tuesday night, he was sharing this for weeks now, right? Same with Resh, that, hey, there might be a pullback, to, $2,000 on Bitcoin, 74,000. Now I'll share with you why they think 74,000. So if you look at this right here, okay, where are we at? Okay. Somebody said, is it a good time to get in? Okay. I would be cautious. Type in C, cautious. Now it depends on how you trade. Okay, there's a couple different ways. If you're trading spots, okay, you could do what's called DCA, dollar cost averaging, which maybe you have $1,000 and you want to invest, and you can put maybe 300 here, and if it goes down, you put another 300, or let's say it goes up, you put another 300. And the beauty of spots is that there's no liquidation. What does that mean? No liquidation. Okay. And it's almost like, let's say you buy a stock, right? And if you're buying a normal stock, let's say Tesla, Elon Musk, I watched an article on him earlier. When you buy Tesla and whatever it is, you're not going to, if it goes from 400, it goes down to 100, you're not going to lose the stock. You lose the value. And the only way it's called unrealized loss or profit. Just like if you buy the stock at 400 and it goes up to 600, yes, in theory, if you sell it, you make $200, but it's called unrealized profit, unrealized loss. Okay. Now with options, with leverage, for example, for those who are stock things or futures trader with leverage, okay, you're borrowing money from the exchange, and they kind of get a bigger position. If it goes against you, you can get liquidated. Type L if you have known somebody, I'm not saying you, but seen somebody who's got their position liquidated. Type in L if you know what I'm sharing about liquidation. Type in L if that's you. If you, I'm not that you. Listen, I've had things liquidated, in terms of that aspect. I try to do it less and less, but liquidation is where you lose your entire position. So at this moment, what I would suggest, and I'll ask you another question, on a scale of say 1 to 10, 10 being you're an expert, you do futures, you do large volume. 1, it means you're brand new to cryptocurrency trading. 3 or 5 means maybe like you're a VIP, but you trade maybe a couple times a week. Type in on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being brand new, and 10 being an expert. Type in 1 to 10 where you're at now in your crypto journey. Because what I want to do is I want to tailor this just for you all. So tell me where you're at on your crypto journey. Okay, William, he's at a 1 brand new, nothing wrong with that. That's great. It's actually really good if you're just getting started in terms of that. Jerry 3, Chan 3, Raja 3, Siam 3, Hentaku 1. Excellent. So what's going to happen is, okay, when it comes to trading, I call it the 80-20. Okay, 80% is going to be like pattern recognition, psychology. Psychology is very big. Okay, right now, if you look to CoinMarketCap, and I shared this last time I was here, but I'll share it again. CoinMarketCap. Okay, you're going to see something called the Fear and Greed Index. Okay, this Fear and Greed Index. And this Fear and Greed Index is pretty interesting. Okay. And this is kind of what the overall market feels. Okay. Now, if the overall market is, for me, like, 20, 15, again, there's so many different these, but they're all kind of in the lower quadrant. Do you think it's a good time to enter? Or do you think it's maybe you should be scared and not enter? Type in E if you think you should enter, and type in N if you think you shouldn't enter the market. What would you do? What do you think you would do? Would you enter if everyone's scared, or would you wait? And as you're doing this, I'll give you the famous Warren Buffett quote about blood in the streets. And here's the, when there's blood in the streets, buy when there's blood in the streets, even the blood is your own, right? Let's see if we can see a picture of this, right? See, and here's another one. I will tell you how to become rich. Close the doors. Be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. So this has worked quite a bit. And here's the other one. We said a couple different things. Buy when there's blood in the streets, even the blood's your own. So right now, the overall market is scared. Overall market, you might be scared, right? You might be. It's okay. But you're here tonight because you need that confidence. You need a confidence to kind of build up, right? So if I was brand new, if I was just getting started, which a lot of you are, okay, nothing wrong with that. Or maybe you took a break, nothing wrong with that. You're here tonight, okay? You're here tonight. What I would do is start looking at quality coins and look for spot. That's spot. Spot means you're kind of buying, you can hold them, okay? Futures is like a contract, which means you don't actually own the coin. So with spot, I can buy Bitcoin, I can buy whatever, and I can transfer it out of the exchange. And there's zero liquidation. And it's very easy, right? Very easy. I can buy, and again, the beauty of crypto, if you're brand new, You don't have to pay, like say for Ethereum, you don't have to pay $2,000. You can buy partial, you can buy $10 worth. Bitcoin, you don't have to spend $80,000. You can actually buy what? You can actually buy $10 worth. And that's the beauty of cryptocurrency versus stocks. Can you actually buy a fraction of Berkshire Hathaway? Can you buy a fraction of Tesla or Microsoft or Apple? Very hard to do, very hard to do. Okay, so today I want to share with you some proven strategies of how to take advantage of the market. Now, let me share with you before why people think that we might go down to around 84,000, right? Or 74,000. If you look at the weekly chart, okay, and again, you always zoom out, the weekly chart, okay, you can look right around here. Let me move this down here. Right around here was, the last cycle we had. This was in about a year ago, actually, right here, a year ago. And you can kind of see that's the last support, okay? Type in U if you can understand what I'm saying, the last support, which means it kind of, hit here around the 72, 74,000, 1, 2, 4 times, right? Then it broke out here, then it came down, okay? So many people, again, I follow other people, other experts, and so we just share that knowledge. It thinks it's going to hit here. Now, what can you do if you think that, especially if you're a futures trader, which you can, make money when it goes down, and that's what we teach at CRP, right? Who is not part of the CRP community yet? Type in a 3 if you're not part of the CRP community yet. Type in 3 if you're not part of the CRP community yet. Because what I want to do is I want to give you guys a gift. On Tuesday, we're actually doing, let's see here if I can find this. On this Tuesday coming up, we're going to have some free training. Let me give you this real quick. And if you are part of the CRP community, type in a 3. Okay. I'm sorry. Type in a 3 if you're not part of it. Type in CRP if you're part of the CRP community. Okay. There we go right there. So you had a couple links. Thank you, Chelsea, who did that. Okay. Because one thing you can do something called a hedge. Now, what is a hedge? Okay. A hedge is, thank you, William. So we got quite a few people here tonight who are, in the CRP community. Great. Okay. So here's one thing you can do. You can do a hedge. And this is kind of what I'm currently doing now. Okay. So what do? I believe Bitcoin, okay, is long-term, right? I think it's good. So let's say I can do a hedge. And you can click this box right here. You can do a text box. Okay. So let me go on the daily chart here. Now, daily chart looks like it might curl up, but we don't know when. It could still go down to about 72, 74,000. So here's an idea you could do. Okay. This is an advanced idea. I'll give you all the ideas. Is that okay? I'll give you many strategies. Okay. So again, I'm using a daily chart. Okay. Strategy number 1. Okay. You buy spot. Okay. Now, this is under the assumption that you believe Bitcoin is going to go up. Okay. You buy spot. You believe Bitcoin eventually is going to go up maybe 150, 200,000. That's what the experts say in the next couple of years. Now, why is that? Okay, why is Bitcoin going to go up? Bitcoin, because it's a limited supply, 21 million. Okay, if you're brand new, you can look it up, 21 million. Plus, all the countries are getting into Bitcoin. They're having Bitcoin reserves, including the US, which is huge, including China, including Dubai, including Abu Dhabi, including, every country. Okay, big companies like Microsoft, they're doing a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And again, if you have limited supply and a bigger demand, what happens to the price? What happens to the price when you have limited supply and bigger demand? Go ahead and type it in. Yes, you're correct. It goes up. It goes up. It goes up. Now, over the next few months, over the next few years, on its way to 150, 200,000, will there be a roller coaster where it goes up, 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 and comes down a little bit, up, 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 comes down a little bit? Yes, and that's normal, right? Look at this right here. Let's look at the daily chart. Okay, it was down here just, when was this? Last September, it was down here at 55,000, right? It was hovering around, look at this right here, 58,000. Right here, it actually went down to 49,000. right? Now, let's say you bought around 50,000, even if it's retraced, you'd still be happy. And what happened? It started to run up, run up, run up, run up in a matter of, let's see how long, from about here to about here. In a matter of 65 days, 2 months, it went to 106,000. I think the peak is over here around 109 right there. So what I would do, again, just some ideas. I'm not a financial advisor, right? Is if you believe Bitcoin's going to go up, you buy spot, okay? And you can do buy spot just, and again, probably the way I would do is DCA, which is dollar cost average. Again, I remember teaching this in 2017, 18. I had a student in 2018, 2024 now? So 6 years, he came up to me the other day and he goes, Louis, one thing I did back in 2018 when Bitcoin went from 20,000, went down to 3, he goes, every week I bought $50 of Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple and stuff. And he goes, just because I did it for 4 or 5 years, and you can use different exchanges. Like if you're in Singapore, you can use Independent Reserve, Tokenize, CoinHacko. But every week, he had it automatically taken out, dollar cost averaging $50. He bought a basket. And because of that, over time, again, $50 a week, most of you, especially in Singapore, it's like one meal, so you don't really notice it. But again, for that, he would do, he made quite a bit of money because again, he was buying it way back. Let's see here, where we at here? Way back here. Let me go to weekly chart so you can see a little clearer. But he was buying way back here. Okay, my subscription doesn't have, but buy 12, 11,000, and look at it now. Again, we have with TradingView, you have different subscriptions depending on how far they go back. But mine only goes back to 2021 right there. Okay, so dollar cost average. Okay, you could do that right there. Okay. Now, the next thing you can do, okay, so let's say you have a bunch of Bitcoins. What I would do, because you think it might still go down, I would buy a hedge. Does everyone know what hedge means? Okay, so hedge is I would buy, okay, short, okay, futures, maybe like 3x leverage, okay? So this way, it's almost like an insurance policy. So again, I would buy spot, okay? But if you want to be a little more secure, buy a hedge, okay? Which means you buy a contract, okay? So you buy spot. Number 2 is you buy a short future, which means if it goes down, let's say it goes down here, okay? You're going to make money that's going to offset the losses up here, okay? That's going to offset the losses. Type of you if you kind of understand it. Now you might have to Google it, research it, or come to one of our trainings, and we'll teach you that. It's called hedging. Everyone type in H for hedge if you understand that. So you can have, okay, you have to go to your exchange and make sure you set it up. You can have a long in, okay? You also can have a short in at the same time. So the long, I would have maybe a larger position, maybe 3 or 4 times the amount. So let's say I put maybe 5,000 into a long, okay, and maybe spot, so no liquidation, and then I would put maybe a smaller amount in, maybe $1,000 or $500 in a short, okay? So just in case it goes down, because if I just have a long in and it goes against me, I lose money, okay? But if I have a long in and if it goes down against me, I'm not losing that much. I have like almost like an insurance policy to protect me, okay? So that's called hedging, all right? It's called a hedge, and you can have that, which is kind of cool right there. So this way, some of you want to know, Louis, should I enter? And you can have this with any coin, right? I prefer this time you want to build up your spot portfolio. Okay, and again, keep the questions coming. I'll answer them the best I can. But who here would love, let me ask you a question. Who here would love to have a portfolio, a long-term portfolio for free? If you want a free portfolio, type in FREE, free. Type in free. If you want to have a long-term portfolio for free. Free. Now, this is where you got to pay attention. Maybe stretch it out a little bit, because I'm going to show you how you can have $1,000 multi-million-dollar portfolio for free. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Okay, so get your notes out. Again, this is going to be recorded. Okay, now this is something I used to sell for a few $1,000s, right? If you're part of our community, you have this, but I've updated it to give you guys some more benefits. So this is updated to March. Right now it's almost March 2025, so you can get the latest stuff. Now let me share with you how this works, and I'll show you proof, okay? And I've got, let me sit right here, not this one. I'm gonna take the save. I'm gonna save. Okay, let me see. The PowerPoint. What we got here. Oh, here we go. 1 second. Okay, here. Okay, this right here is called 1590. Okay, 1590 updated it. Okay, type in 1 if you can see this. Type in 1 if you can see this. Type in 1 if you can see this. 1590. Okay, write it down. Take notes. Take screenshots. Whatever you guys want in terms of this. I'd rather you take screenshots or notes because again, this video, I'll go until probably 10, 10, 15, 10, 30. It's easier just to take screenshots, okay? And let me show you the results. So I've been doing this for a long time. Look, I was a little crazier, maybe a little fatter, some hair, but I started doing this a long time. And again, some of the things that myself and Coach Bernard and Coach Resh, some of the other coaches, we think it's common knowledge, but a lot of times we don't, okay? So if you haven't been doing this, or maybe you heard about it, and please ask questions on this. But this is a gentleman, this is Mr. Powell from Malaysia. I'm actually in Mid-Valley right here. Wearing the same black t-shirt. Back then I wore some crazy glasses, right? For my eyes. But regardless of that, this gentleman, Mr. Powell, came to me at one of my events. I was doing a lot more live in-person events versus Zoom. And what I love about Zoom is that I'm able to reach an audience much bigger, okay? Go and type in where you're from, okay? Where you're at now. If you're in Singapore, type in S. If you're in Malaysia, M. I think we got some Australians. Go and type it in so people can see where you're from. Go and type that in now while I grab a drink of water. Okay, we got Singapore. Now, if you're in Singapore, you definitely need to do this. Why? Because let me tell you, over the next 3 years, next 5 years, next 30 years, is Singapore going to be cheaper to live, or is it going to be more expensive? Guaranteed to be more expensive. Type in 1 if you think Singapore is going to be cheaper to live. Type in 2 if you think it's going to be more expensive, right? Jen, how are you? It's going to be more expensive. That's just the facts. Okay, if you're in Malaysia, I guarantee it's going to be more expensive. Anywhere you live in the world is going to be more expensive. That's the reality. That's the reality. And my Singaporean friends, because I've lived there, my daughter's there, my ex-wife is there. I feel you, right? And when I go and visit twice a month, it's expensive, and it gets more and more expensive. So this is something you need to pay attention with. It's a very simple exercise. Now, again, in the beginning, as I share this, it might not click, but we'll take a few times and let it click, okay? So this is Mr. Powell, one of my students, and he came to me at an event. He's like, Mr. Louis, they like to call me Mr. Louis. And he says, listen, I want to attend your course. Back then, my course was about 2,000 Sing, 3,000 Sing, because in-person live, you got lunch. When you do it in a hotel, it's way more expensive. I think you guys know. And back then, and this was about 2017, 2018, around that time. So many years. And so he's like, Mr. Louis, I need your help. He goes, I can't afford to go to your class, but I have to go. Okay. Now, I didn't understand it at the time. What do you mean? I said, if you can't afford, don't go. But he goes, no, I have to go. Right. And I said, well, tell me what you mean by that. He goes, I've got 2 daughters. Okay. Back then, one was about to graduate a few months later, and the other one was 2 years for graduating to go to college or poly, the next level of schooling, which he had to pay a lot. And he's like, to be honest with you, I haven't told my daughters that I can't afford to send them to school, so I'm desperate. Okay, can anyone relate where you have some big plans? Can anyone relate? Type in R if you can relate that, you're doing this. The reason why you're here on Friday night, you're not at the club, you're not drinking, maybe later, but right now you're not doing that because you really have somebody who's counting on you. Okay, you have a family member, you have something that you really, really want to share, right? You really, really want to share, right? And so that's kind of the the thing, right? And one of my friends said, let me see if I can find it here. It's a thing. It's called empathy, right? Type in E for empathy. So I empathize with you in terms of that. So I want to help you. The reason why I'm doing this, I had a bunch of meetings today. I just got done with one of our live training events. And the reason why I'm here and it's 9:30 at night is because I want to do whatever I can. I empathize where you're at, and I want to do whatever I can to help impact you. And all I ask, and type a P if you promise, that if you learn something tonight here, if you gain some knowledge, that you'll share it with a loved one. Type in P that you promise that you'll do whatever you can and share it with somebody else. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. That's all we ask, right? All we ask. Okay. Type in P that you'll promise that you'll help somebody with it. Okay, cool. Okay. And so this young gentleman, so it was 2 weeks before the live class. He paid, and I gave him one strategy. So the strategy, and I said, listen, it's called 1590. And let me show you the results so you can pay attention. Now, you might have heard about this before. I guarantee most of you aren't doing it, because if you're doing it, you'd be sitting in much different space because the risk is very low. Okay. And listen, in 2 weeks, he was able to get 25,000 free coins. Now I'll play the video. There might be a delay or might be lag, but let's see if we can hear it. Okay, and if you can hear it properly and everything, just type in a 1 when I play it. There we go here. 2 weeks ago, went to my masterclass. At the end, I gave him some ideas, and let me tell you what happened the last 2 weeks. You bought a coin for free. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. Last 2 days, I opened an account using Litecoin, and then I test the platform until financed by Visa card.
Yeah, and you tried one of our strategies called 1590.
Yeah,
and I'll teach you in the masterclass that strategy.
Yeah.
But you got how many coins for free?
25,000.
25,000 free coins at the moment. 25. So he doesn't care. Again, people are saying, Louis, the market's going down. Again, he followed the strategy. A couple of days ago when the market was down, right? It wasn't an on market. This is live, guys. He followed it a couple of days ago, came to the masterclass, followed the strategy I gave him at the masterclass, and he got 25,000 free coins, right? So those are, now if you have something for free, what risk do you have? So good job. What risk do you have if it's free? None, right? None. So you guys excited about this? So, okay, let's show you step by step, okay? Now, and then I followed him 6 weeks after the workshop. So it's been about 2 months, okay? So if it works, I want you to model it, okay, and repeat the process, okay? It's like when you shampoo your hair, right? They say, lather or shampoo, and every day you repeat the process, right? And this is the power of coaching. This is the power of the community. So I'm happy. Those who were here a couple of weeks ago, they're here today, maybe a couple more weeks, power of coaching, power of the community is important. Our whole goal in MWA, Modern Wealth Academy, okay, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not, is to create a community of like-minded, caring individuals to figure out this stuff together, okay, okay? So watch. So again, what did he do 6 weeks later? Follow the same thing, and I'll show you exactly what he did, okay? He took his 25,000 free coins. He took it to over 170,000. 170,000. So type in 170K, 170,000 free tokens. Now the tokens could be worth 10 cents, could be worth $1. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because those are free. Those are free. And listen to what he said. Yeah, thank you, William. Thank you, everyone who's participating. I appreciate it. Now, how many free coins have you had using the 1590 program?
Using Monk Finance 90 and currently now close to 170,000.
170,000 free tokens using the strategies. Good job, Mr. Pat. 170,000, right? Now you can do it more. I've got some students who are doing the same strategy and are getting millions of coins. Okay, now these are not Bitcoin. Okay, these are low volume coin. I mean, not low volume. These are low price coins, but they're getting millions of them for free. So I'm going to teach you that as a gift in a few minutes. Again, this is if you're brand new to our community and you haven't been yet, these are some of the strategies that we teach. Okay. Now watch this. Okay. This is very low risk. Okay, everyone type in 1590 so I know that you're paying attention. Okay, everyone type in 1590. Okay, 1590. Okay, 15-90. Go and type that in now. Okay, and again, the Buffett rule of investing: never lose your principal. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so the goal, let's say we want to have 100 free tokens of XRP. Okay, now this price was from a year ago. Right now, Ripple is about $2 or $3. Okay, but back then, okay, most people, most consumers, okay, and again, I want you to think as not a consumer, but enlightened investor. Okay, that's what I'm going to start calling you. A consumer, what did most people do? Now, who makes more money, the investor or the consumer? Heck, the investor makes way more money because they think differently. The consumer never wins, and they're not designed to win. Okay, so let's say you want 100 free tokens, okay, of XRP. Okay, so the consumer, what does the consumer do? They buy, 100 tokens. Let's say tokens at 48 cents. 48 cents times 100 is $48. Okay, and then what do they do? Okay, now what's the risk? The risk is risky. You might lose your entire investment. Type a U if you understand that. Type a U if you understand that. Type a U if you understand that. Now, what's the enlightened investor do? Educated investor, I call him enlightened investor. Mark Victor Hansen, one of my buddies, share that. He buys, again, our goal is to buy 100 free tokens, to get 100 free tokens. So you buy 1,000 of XRP, let's say 48 cents. 1,000 times 480 is 48 cents is $480. Okay, and then immediately, as soon as you buy it, you put a limit order to sell. Okay, limit order to sell. Write this down or take a screenshot if you don't know what it is. Of 900 XRP. How to get 900? That's 90%. See the 90? 90% of what I bought. 90% of 1,000 is 900. Okay, very easy math. And then you pick a new price. Now, what's for a limit order? You need to have a quantity and a price. The quantity is 900, even though you bought 1,000, 900. And the price, you pay 48 cents, but you want to sell it at a higher price, 54 cents. Now, how to get 54 cents? It's 48, what I paid for it right here, 48 cents plus 7 cents, which is a 15% profit. Okay, now if you take 900 times 54 cents, that's $486. Okay, is this more than 480? Yes. So you get your principal back, you take it off the table, and you get 100 free XRP. 100 free XRP. Okay, pros, there's no risk on the 100 free XRP. 100 free XRP. Type in wow if you like that. Type in wow. Maybe you've seen it in the past, maybe you haven't seen it before, but you like the concept. And I want to show you a few coins, a modern way of how to really take this to the next level. Type in wow, okay? Now here's what another student currently does. Actually, there's a group of them that do it, okay? So you pick different coins. Now this group, okay, that does this, and again, they're doing this very well. Okay, so they do this. Okay, let me put it all out real quick because I didn't do the thing. Okay, so they use a coin called Pepe. Okay, Pepe, and let's go this. So the goal is to get 10 million free tokens of Pepe. Okay, and they do this a couple times a week. 10 million. Everyone type in 10M. Everyone type in 10M. Okay, 10M. Okay, and if you like this, please like the go ahead and like the YouTube live if you'd like that. Go ahead. I want to see some likes on the thing. Just hit the little button on the YouTube live in terms of that. So 10 million. Okay, consumer. What do most people do? You buy 10 million of Pepe, and then again it's 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 3, 4. When I did this afternoon, that's $73. Now, what's the con? You might lose your investment, half your investment. The educated investor. Okay, you buy 100 million, 10 times more Pepe, so it's $730. You put a limit order to sell, again, 90%, which is not 90 million, right? It's kind of hard, at 15% profit. So you get 736. You paid 730, you get 736, and you keep 10 million Pepe. And what's the pro? There's no risk on the free Pepe. Type in wow if you kind of just blown you away, like it's just It's simple, but it works. And this is spot trading. So the beauty is with spot, there's no liquidation. Okay. And I'll give you some tips of how to even supercharge this. Okay. Supercharges that you've never seen before. You've never seen before, right? So Pepe is a thing now. Again, it's kind of cool, right? You know, in a few months, you can have not 170,000 like Mr. Powell. You can actually have maybe, you know, 1 billion tokens, you know, a couple 100 million tokens right there. Okay. Let me go right here. Okay. Now, again, let me show you what some of the students are doing, right? Let me show you what some of the students are doing. Okay. So just want to share this with you as one of the students. She did render. Render is like a $7, $10 coin when she did it January, you know, and she started with 1,000, 2,000 capital. Now she's collected 163 free render, and base is about 1.8 thousand. Okay, so she made over 100% return in free tokens. Free tokens. Free tokens. Hi, Joseph. Hi, May. So, and again, this is from last year, but she still currently does it, right? And she took her about 4 or 5 months, and she got, you know, whatever she put in 1,000, she's got like 2,000 of free tokens. And she shows she bought, you know, 250 render, about $4. So she paid $1,000, right? Then she does it and she sells it 90% in and out, in and out. So she got her first thing, she got 30 free tokens. Then she got 130 free tokens, 125 free tokens, 138 free tokens, 163 in terms of that. Okay. Or maybe this has got 30, then went to 130, then maybe she lost some. I'm not sure. But end of the day, you saw what she had. She was able to get 1.8, so about 100% return, just like that. Okay. Now here's some tips to master this. Okay, I'll give you everything. Okay, so use great quality tokens. Okay, would anyone want my list? Type in yes if you want my list of tokens that you should look at if you're looking to build a long-term portfolio. Okay, and in meme coin, so if it's like a meme coin, I don't go 15% profit. I'll go like the 50% profit because they move. Okay, they move. Again, you can adjust this. You can adjust this, and I'll show you the step-by-step how to do it. Okay. So let's say instead of 15%, you sell about 90. If the profit goes up to, let's say 50%, you only need to sell 70% and you get 30% for free. Okay. If it goes up 100%, you only need to sell half your tokens. And as you know, there's a lot of tokens going very well and stuff like that. Okay. So let me go here. Okay. So I have this list right here. Okay. This list right here, it's called 1590. Now let me cover these coins, right? And I can send you this list. Okay, so you've got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, you got Solana. Okay, now this one, okay, again, if we go to daily chart spots, okay, these coins, I would say Bitcoin, for it to go up 15%, let's look where it has to be. Let's say you bought some Bitcoin now, okay, you want to try the 1590 strategy. Now you tell me, let's say its price is right about here. Okay, if it goes up 15%, it's got to go way up here. Okay, do you see that? And let me put in forecast. It's got to go from here to about here. Okay, we're not using leverage. Okay, now you tell me if that's viable. Could you do that much? Okay, that's one. Okay, now I put Ethereum. Now let's look at Ethereum. Let's look what 15%. I'm on the daily chart. Let's look at what a 15% thing would be. Even if you bought today, right here, if it goes up 15. Oh, sorry, wrong. And I have found this indicator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Long position. If I go from here to about here, okay, that's 15%. Which do you think is more likely to happen? This one or this one? Do you think Bitcoin's more likely to go up 15% or Ethereum go up 15%? Which one do you think? Which one do you think? Type in B if you think Bitcoin's more likely to do that, or Ethereum is more likely to do it and more often. Okay, go ahead and type it in. Bitcoin or Ethereum. Which one? It's got to just go from here to the green. Or it's got to go from here to this. Okay, you think Bitcoin's more likely to do this? Again, I'm not talking about the quality coin. I personally think Ethereum is more likely to do it, and it can do it multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times in terms of that. Okay, So that's good. Now look, again, you can do it on any token. I'm just giving you some suggestions. What about Solana? Okay, Solana's right here. Now let's say Solana gotta go up 15%. So I go up here, I pick my long position. So let's say here, what's 15% here? 15% there. Okay, take out the stop. But you're buying things. Now look, for it to get back up to its kind of all-time high right here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, you could do this here. You could have done it bounced off the 200. You could have done it here. You know, all these different ways you could have made 15%. So personally, if I like doing it on smaller price coins. It works better. Type a U if you understand that. Okay, now what about coins like Pepe, right? And you can do all the different coins. What about Pepe? Let's look at Pepe. Again, we're just looking for 15%. Let me take this one out. 15%. What is 15%? Long position. 15% is right there. Whose eyes just got open? Type in me if your eyes just got open. Again, you had to do it graphically, right? Which is easier, this one to make 15% or this one to go here? Which one's easier, Pepe or Bitcoin? Pepe or Bitcoin, which one? And look, and how many times could it go? 1, you can go 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, and sometimes just even during the day, it goes up 15%. Look, some of these candles, 15%, okay? So in terms of that aspect, okay? So again, who's here? Who's happy they're here? Type in me if you're happy that you're here tonight, that this one thing just kind of made it clearer for you. And this is something you don't have to have a, you know, trade Bitcoin full time. You can do it. You can put limit orders in. You can do different things like that, right? Now, what happens if you enter now? Now, here's how I would enter, okay? I would look at the daily chart and I would see, okay, is it starting to curl up? Okay, if it's not curling up, right? The RSI, which you guys should know, and my settings for RSI, I'm giving you everything, is 331010. It's a little tweak versus the standard. I got this from Coach Jay, one of our top head coaches. And the MACD I use is 520. Okay, and again, if you're part of our community, great. If you're not, you know, sign up and come and we'll teach you all this stuff. Okay, so again, so I wouldn't enter now because I think it's still going to go down. I'll wait for it to start curling up. Start curling up. Now, let's say I would have got in, if I looked at this, I could have got in maybe right here. So let's say you got in right here, because again, this curled up here, right? You could have got 15%, you could have got out, and then you wait for again, you wait for the RSI to come back down. It came down around here. You would have entered, and you would have made your 15%. Type in U if you understand that. Type in U if you understand that. And you could have gone back and done this many times. You could have just, you know, and again, how do you do this? Listen, you go to the daily chart. Instead of watching every day, you just go to daily chart and you put in, you right click, you put an alert in, add alert on Pepe, stochastic RSI, crossing up. So it means it has to go below 11, cross back up. You type in whatever you want. So 1590, hit create. Now it's on autopilot. Now, anytime on the daily chart, Pepe comes down here, because that's kind of where you want to buy, even up here, right? Because you don't know how, right here, you would have bought it here. You would have got your 15% and out. You got your 15% out. So who here this weekend or tonight when we get done, you're going to start looking at this and you're going to start to, you know, figure this stuff out right away. Okay. And I'm going to give you a gift. I'm going to give you this thing. Now this got a lot of coins, but add it, make it your own. Okay. Add it, make it your own. Right. So in terms of that aspect, so I'm going to give you this right quick, right here. Share list right here. Give this. Okay, let me see if I can put this in the chat. Yes, that's the trading view list. So you have it there. Okay, you have it in the chat. You just click on the link and it'll give you the list. And please add to it. These are coins that I like. You know, you got some meme coins like Dogecoin, which is pure bias on the community. You got coins like Ohm, which is doing, you know, real world assets. You got Pepe. You got, again, you can add whatever coin, but I like the smaller coins under $10 because it's easier to do. Okay. Any questions on this part right here so far? Any questions on this? Any questions? Any question you have, let me know. Any questions you have on this? Okay. Okay. And again, like the chat says, type in LFG if you have learned something and will take action. Type in let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. So again, this strategy I've been using for many years. It came out because I had empathy to help another human being, right? Because he needed something right away. 2 weeks before the class, before the weekend class, he needed something. And he found, a couple coins. I think back there, Shiba Inu back then. And again, some of these coins, listen, if you buy Pepe, right? Look at Pepe right here. Okay. And you start getting into it now. If it just let's go to the weekly. I don't know. Let's see. And over the next 6 months or next year, if it goes, let me see what the return is. From here to here, it's a 200. So if you start buying and you get here, and if it just goes up here, look at your return. I mean, again, 260%. And I don't know how that's just in a few months. But again, some of these coins, look at Bitcoin 6 months ago was like 40,000, right? Look at Bitcoin 6 months ago. Where's it? Yeah, a year ago, 6 months was at 60,000. Then it went up to 170, right? Or 107, 109. So these are opportunities, right? What do you call it? Yeah, I shared my watch list. It should be up there. Let me share it again, right? Right there, okay? So it should be there, okay? And I'll have Chelsea do it too. Chelsea, you can share this. I'll put it in the chat. Maybe she'll share it too, okay, in terms of that, okay? Then I want to give you another gift, okay? Can I give you guys another gift? Who wants another gift? Okay, there you go. Cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Okay. Chelsea posted. Thank you. In terms of that. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys another gift. Okay. And this gift, I think, is the more precious than the other things, because the biggest thing, and as one of the head coaches of CRP, been in this community for many years in this space, the biggest thing of people who last, one of my crypto mentors named John Terhune is one of the first crypto attorneys from the States. And we did very well together. And one of the things he taught me, and again, you can write this down. He goes, when you're in the way, things comes your way. So when he first got started in crypto, and he's probably 70 years old now, and so he didn't really know much, right? But everyone's talking about Bitcoin, everyone's talking about this. And so he actually got on a plane from the US, flew all the way to Japan and Korea, because if you think Singapore, Malaysia is crazy about Bitcoin, Korea is even more crazy. So he flew there. In about 2015, I met with him, and I was in Florida. I was living in Singapore at the time, but I go visit my parents. And I said, I was working with a client, and this was before I got into the Bitcoin. In about 2015, he's like, Louis, and I met him a couple of years earlier. He was doing another business, but I don't know if you can relate. I didn't like the business, but I liked him. So I told him, I was like, John, I like you. I like your energy. You're from Florida. I was in Singapore at the time. I said, I don't really resonate with the business you're in, but I like you. And if I find somebody I like, regardless of the business, I try to keep the friendship. If you know me really well, I would rather lose money. I would rather lose the business relationship, but I want to keep the friendship. Everyone type in R if you can relate to that. Keeping the friendship, keeping the connection, the relationship is more important than money with me. Now, again, you can do whatever you want, but for me, that's the most important part. And I think a lot of people get confused with that, okay? So John Terhune, back in 2015 goes, Louis, what do you think about Bitcoin? Now, Bitcoin back then was about $400, $500 up and down. I said, John, honestly, I think it's a scam. Now again, and he goes, why do you say that? Very good. It wasn't confrontational. Oh, you said Bitcoin's a scam. He's like, why do you say that? I said, well, honestly, John, I don't really know much about Bitcoin. He goes, all I've seen on the news, and the news is saying Bitcoin's a scam. It's worthless. All these Jamie Dimon, all these head honcho guys would say it's worthless. The bankers would say, oh no, blah, blah, blah. Again, it's 2015, almost 9 years ago. And so then he asked me this question. Now, the reason I'm telling this story You might have people in your life that, you know, that you're afraid to tell that you're in Bitcoin. You might have people in your life that you're afraid that tell them what you're doing, or they might say, "Oh my God, you know, it's a scam. I heard this. I heard this person lost his money." Do people lose their money every day, not just in Bitcoin, in any kind of investment? Yes. That's why I always tell people my first slogan, or my first company I created, was investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are risky unless you know how. That's why myself, Gavin, Resh, Bernard, one thing we always agree on, education is the most important thing you can do, right? And education, that skill will last you many lifetimes, because it won't just help you, it'll help your kids, your grandkids. You are, and there's people on this chat right now, there's 101 people on this chat. There are some of you who are going to do so well in your life. And you know who I'm talking about. You want it so bad. You might not have all the tools, all the knowledge. You might not know exactly how you're going to get there. You know, it's okay if you don't know. The universe, God, whatever you believe will help you get there. We can help you get there when it comes to cryptocurrency. But you got to have the why. Why are you doing this? Right? And that's where the mental game. So John asked me back then, he's like, Louis, are you open for me to sending you some more information on Bitcoin? I said, sure, I'm open. He's a good friend, right? He's like a potential mentor at the time. So over the next few weeks, he shared, again, I hardly ever tell the story. He shared some stuff about Bitcoin. He's like, Louis, you know, Korea is, you know, Japan is cashless now, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, why are we using the penny? Why are we using these little coins when everything else is digital, right? And just think about it, the transitions, right? You know, some of you guys, you know, might be as old as me. I remember a day before credit cards, and you had to use cash in some countries like India and maybe Indonesia, you know, different parts of Thailand or in Malaysia, like it's all cash. But man, like I go to Starbucks today, no cash. It's cashless. Type in U if you understand that the whole world's going cashless. And if you're in Malaysia and you're in Singapore and some of you guys are in Thailand, different places like that, we are not the forefront of what's happening. Which countries, or would you say, will be the forefront of cashless? I would say countries like, you know, the US, Korea, Japan, Dubai, those are cashless. Those are cashless. Only now, you know, I spent a lot of time in Malaysia and Singapore, do I have to have my card? Usually I can have cash, but I mean, I was in this thing called not Zeus Coffee, but Lucky Coffee. Luckin Coffee in Singapore the other day. There's a big event, Tony Robbins type event. I went there. I want to get some coffee. They said, you can't pay cash. You got to use the app, right? Type in a 1 if you agree. We're going more cashless. We're going way more cashless. Technology is changing. So John started telling me about this, and I was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then again, then I said, John, you know, this is interesting. Why don't you come to Singapore? Remember, it's 2015. He's like, oh, okay, and share stuff, right? So I said, okay, let's do it. So he came out. We didn't have anything to sell. And again, back then to open up a cryptocurrency account, man, it took like 3 or 4 days to take your picture. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys remember this. Type in 1 if you can remember this. And it was hard and all this stuff. And people asked me, you know, and then what happened is it went from, you know, Louis, I'll buy you lunch. Can you show me how to open a cryptocurrency account? Blah, blah, blah. And again, it's, and over time we started doing courses. And then, you know, and then you got people like Resh, who was primarily in stocks. And then he got into cryptocurrency because he said, man, I want to help people make generational wealth. And you got people like Gavin, who works for the company, and different people who primarily maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, they weren't big into crypto, but then they had an open mind. So for you guys, I would say you got to have an open mind. Okay. And one of the best things you can do for yourself is educate. That's probably the biggest thing. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are, but do you have a teachable mind? Okay. So one of the things I want to give you, okay, I'm going to give you this, if I see if I can figure it away, was this book. And it's an old book. I don't think it's in print. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? Who Moved My Cheese? Okay. So go ahead and if you have heard about this book before, type in a C for cheese. Type in a C for cheese. If you heard about this book before. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can, let me see if I can, I'll send this to a team and see if they can send it to you. But this book's about 30 pages, okay? here's what I'm gonna give you a challenge. Okay, if you get this book, there's many different ways you can just type, online and stuff like that. What do you call it? But I want you guys to read it tonight. I'm actually gonna reread it. I read it every 6 months, but I think I need to read it again tonight. Okay, let me see here. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. Right here. Okay, I'm gonna send this to Gavin. See if you can put it in there, or maybe Chelsea. I don't know how you can send stuff in this. Okay, give me 1 second to the team. I don't know how you can send stuff like this. Okay, so they'll try to do it. Okay, but this book is about 30 pages. It's not hard, all this kind of stuff, right? But the lesson is so profound. Even today, this book's maybe 30, 40, maybe 60 years old, but it's so profound today. So who wants this? Type in me if you want this. Type in me if you want this. If we can figure out a way to get this to you, type in me if you want this. Type in me if you want this. Type in me if you want this. Oh, actually, I know exactly how I can do this, right? So here, let me show you how to do this, okay? Because I can send links in there. So I go to Google Drive, okay? Let's go Google Drive. Okay, watch this. Watch how creative I am. Put new. Okay, I don't know what happened here. New folder. Who moved my cheese? Okay, type that in. See what we got here. Okay, then I'll just put this folder upload. Okay, and I go to, you're seeing all my pretty files removed. My cheese. Let's see. Let's download here. Actually, where is that? I have it over here somewhere. Where did I put it? Cheese. Okay, let me go to the PC. And put this over here. So, okay, where did I put it now? Okay, let me just save as. Remove my cheese. There we go. Yep. Okay, let me just go. And thank you for being patient. You got it. Okay, there you go. So you got the thing right there. So somebody's got it. Download the free gift. Good job. Good guys. So they're faster than me in terms of that. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to read it tonight. Okay. If you're part of our community, you can send me a message. I probably won't reply because I get like 500 messages a day. But you guys have access to my private WhatsApp, and just tell me which character do you? Because there's 4 characters. Tell me which character that you relate to. Okay. Type in P if you're going to do the homework. You promise you're going to do the homework tonight. Take you maybe 20 minutes. You can read it on the toilet. If you're a guy, you can read it on the toilet. Put it on your phone. Type in P if you're going to do it tonight. You promise you're going to do it tonight. Okay. What do you call it? Okay. So they're going to keep the link for 24 hours in terms of that. Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. So in terms of that. Okay. So again, this is one of the few tools that I've done that really just. And again, it's not by me, and if you like it, go buy the book. If you can get it, I'm not sure if they still make it or something, but it's so amazing even today, because who's seeing there's so much change in the world and you get overwhelmed. Type in O if you ever gotten overwhelmed with so much stuff. There's so much like AI, there's so much stuff. And some of you guys, part of my coaching students, you've met this, seen this before, but read it again tonight. I'm going to read this again tonight. Every night I try to read something spiritual. I'm on the spiritual path, and then I also a Bible, but I also going to read this tonight before I go to sleep. Okay. And again, I guarantee you, and if you like this, and if you got something out of it, okay, so you can send me a note. I probably will not reply, just to be clear about that, but I like reading them. Okay. If you're an elite student, part of a private coaching, yes, I'll reply to that. But again, if you're just being clear in terms of that. So, but I would love to see what you get out of it, because sometimes something simple, and then do me a favor. If you get something out of this, share it with your kids, share it with other people, right? Share it, share the movement. One of the things we can do is, have empathy with other people, right? Which you can relate to them. And a lot of people out there today, okay, and you might have some family members, okay, because I know many people, very, very wealthy people, very blessed to meet some very wealthy people throughout my life. And on the outside, they look amazing. Can anyone relate? Outside, you've seen families look amazing, but inside, it's a roller coaster. Type in R if you can relate. Maybe, hopefully it's not your family, but, but outside, everything looks good. You see a lot of celebrities outside. Oh my God, who's that girl? Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. My God, they're perfect for each other. Boy next girl, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they get divorced. Then you see, oh, okay, he met Angelina Jolie, blah, blah, blah. And what happened? And then he got divorced again. And you see people do that. And because what's happening is they're looking for external validation. They're not looking inside to change what's inside. Type in R if you can relate to that or that. So I'm trying to help you, not just give you the strategies where you can make money, right? And the 1590, those kind of strategies, but also give you the tools where you can make a lasting change. One of the reasons why, our things called Modern Wealth Academy, because this is not your grandfather way of investing. Your grandfather, great-grandfather, even your dad probably did very well. But today, who would agree? Type in A if you agree. You got to think outside the box. You got to do different than maybe what your parents did and grandparents did. Type in A if you agree with that. Personally, like I love my grandfather. He passed, one of my grandmothers. But what the stuff they teach me is great. But I wouldn't dress like them. I love my grandma. I love my grandpa. I wouldn't listen to the same music, right? Just like my daughter, I teach her. I say, listen. I'm going to give you, and I tell her straight up, and she's 11 years old, almost 12, a few months, going on 18, so if you guys can relate to that. And I tell her, I was like, listen, me and your mom, we love you very much. The strategies we're teaching you is first most to keep you safe. So she understands that, to keep you safe. Because again, as a parent, type in a P if you're a parent, the first thing you do is keep your daughter or your son safe, right? That's your whole goal in life. Keep them safe enough so when they get to that age where they can start to make conscious decisions, hopefully they'll have wisdom enough, to do that, right? So I tell her, I said, but I want you to be open. I want you to explore different things. I want, the whole part about being a parent, the whole part of 99% of you. Again, if you're a parent, type in a P. So I kind of know what other parents out there, or if you want to be a parent, type in a P. We think differently than maybe single people. When I was single, okay, without kids, everything I did, I bought for myself. But now as a parent, when I buy stuff, I know it's not for me, it's for my daughter and her kids. Type a U if you understand that and can agree with that. Some of you guys are working so hard, and if you make an extra $20,000, $50,000 a year, it's not really for you. You're not looking to buy the next Rolex or the next bling bling chain or anything like that, right? Your goal is not this. Your goal is what? Your goal is to help give your kids and your family members more opportunities than you have. And that's why we're here. And the best thing you can do is join our community and help us spread the message. Help us spread the message. So again, look at Bitcoin right now. And again, on the daily chart, okay, it's not curled up yet. So I wouldn't enter it yet. And what I would do, so let's say some of you guys want to buy spot. What do? Just put an alert right here. Put an alert right here. Type in alert, blah, 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 and hit create. And when it goes up, when it starts curling up, maybe you buy, right? Now, who's finding value tonight? Any of you guys finding value tonight? Any of you guys finding value tonight? You guys find value tonight? Type in me if you're finding a lot of good value tonight. Type in me if you're finding, yes. Okay, so what I want to do, okay? Last 2 weeks ago, I did this. I want to do it again, okay? If you guys got something out of it, take a few minutes. I'll answer some questions and stuff. Do me a favor and go to this link. It's a Google link, okay? And you say, and tell me what you loved, okay? What you loved about tonight's session, right? Nice session. My goal, these sessions are free, okay? My goal is to help more people. So you can put, Coach Lee was great, blah, blah, blah. Here's what I love, okay? Don't just put, great, but that's good for my ego, but I want to know specifically so I can make this better each and every time, okay? And what I'll do, just like I did last time, I'll pick one of you that kind of moves me, or the team will pick one of you, okay? And you get 24 hours, actually, probably got an hour or two, and the post, because you can do it right now. Click on the link, put a little note, okay? And when you're done, type in D, you're done. Type in D, you're done, okay? And then I'll pick one of you, okay? and I'll give you a free coaching session. Okay, who wants that free coaching session? Type in me if you definitely want that free coaching session. Okay, and you can be part of our community, not part of our community, and it doesn't matter. These coaching sessions, quite a bit of money in terms of that. And I'll make time for you to do that. Okay, Kenny? And again, I got all the tools. I got a lot of gifts. During that coaching session, it'll last about 45 minutes to an hour. I'll even give you some of these indicators that I created, right? I love AI. Maybe next time, if you guys want, type in D when you're done putting that note, but maybe type in AI if you want me to cover some AI stuff. It doesn't always have to be a crypto, but look at all these different indicators. I've created AI. I created a lot of different things, right? A lot of different things right here, all different kinds of stuff. I can show you more about tools that are pretty good, right? So in terms of that aspect, again, I've got hundreds of different things. And if you guys want, just type in AI and I'll teach them some stuff on AI. I've got a 2-day class on it, but I'll spend 2 hours and teach you the very best stuff for AI that you can use right now. Because again, the biggest thing is what's going to separate you, not if you buy Bitcoin or not, is if you embrace the tools and technologies that are out there. And most people, I hate to say it, just like the internet, because I remember I was in my teens, and some of you guys can relate, maybe you're a little younger, when internet came out. Internet really came out, I would say late 90s, late 97, 98, 99. And that's when most people, and what happened was most people didn't take advantage of it. I guarantee I didn't take advantage of it, but is everything, and what I mean, take advantage of it, I used it as a consumer. Okay. And again, you don't want to be a consumer. Everyone type in I. You want to be an investor. The biggest thing, all you got out of this last hour and a half was that, listen, I need to start thinking more like an investor instead of a consumer. You do so much better. Okay. What does an investor do? Investor does, what is the biggest thing? Consumers pay for products like iPhones and new iPhones and stuff. And again, I'm a big consumer too. But I also think about, okay, if I'm going to spend my time, should I spend my time binge watching Big Bang Theory for the 8th time? Or should I learn something new? Should I learn a skill that can not just help me, but also help my family? I guarantee you, if you understand just one, again, you come to our classes, we have 8 different separate techniques to make money in today's market. It's called a sideways market. 8 different techniques. If you just master one of them, if you just master the 1590, which I shared, I guarantee your life in the next 6 months, a year will be a much better spot than it is today. Type in A if you agree with that. If you just mastered the 1590, that's all you did. Master the 1590. And could you do that with stocks? Yeah, you could do that with stocks. Could you do that with, other aspects? Yeah, you could do it with a lot of other aspects. Because you're thinking as an investor. And what do investors do? I shared before. Investor, me as an investor, not a crypto investor, not whatever. As an investor, my goal is to make as much money as possible in the least amount of time with as little risk as possible. Okay, little risk as possible. And that's our goal. That's our goal in crypto. That's our goal in stocks, Forex, whatever it is, real estate, is to do that, because that's, you're always covering. So the 1590 covers that. 1590 in and out, right? Now it might take you a few days, a few weeks to get the 15%, but once you get that, that free tokens, your risk is very limited. Okay. So cool. Okay. A lot of you guys say you want AI. So cool. So maybe we'll do that next time. I'll create some cool stuff on AI. Okay. Any other questions? I appreciate you. I saw a lot of you already. Make comments. So please, if you haven't done a comment, you can put the link up again. That's a gift you can give me. Okay. And Joe, you said, is it 1590 only possible in the bull run? Okay. Right now, look at this right here. Okay. I'll just use Pepe as a great example. Okay. The daily chart. Look, it's a downward trend. You've seen this downward trend, right? You can see that. Okay. Is there opportunities to take 15%? Yeah. Look at this right here. And again, let's say you go right here. Let's go 15% from here. What's 15% right here? And I told you how I would do it, as I would, look at the RSI, help guide, but look, that's 15% right there, 15%. Get done it many times. So it doesn't have to be like traditionally, again, you're thinking like a consumer is like, okay, I need to buy here, and then somehow I got to sell here. listen, I would recommend, look, and if you bought here, right, you would be exactly 1 year later where you're at. If you buy hold. So again, but if you did the 1590, you know, kind of use, again, you come to our classes, you know, we teach you 2 or 3 days of this stuff, you know, if you're an elite and stuff. And one last thing I want you to share with you guys, we do these retreats. We got a lot of retreats. I think some of you guys saw the videos. Our next retreat's going to be in May. Okay. Who's going to go to that retreat? Type in me if you want to go to that retreat. It's going to be in beautiful Bali at one of the top end resorts. So not only are you going to be there to learn for 4 days, you're going to be there to learn. You're also going to interact. They call them immersive experiences. For example, let's say I want to learn a new language. Let's say I want to learn Vietnamese. Now I can learn on Duolingo, or I could go to Vietnam and spend 3 or 4 weeks to learn. In my case, I'm not a big language person, maybe 10 weeks. But when it comes to crypto, one of the best things you can do, because right now, I know when you get done, I'm sure, again, most of you guys probably won't read the book right away, even though you promise. And again, I'm not going to hold you accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable because you got a lot of stuff going on, right? But imagine you go away for 4 or 5 days and all your focus is on yourself. The kids aren't there, you know, your spouse isn't there, or maybe they're there too, is great. But you're there, you know, focused, and you meet other people, like-minded people. You meet other coaches, and that's all you do. And you trade live. You saw the video earlier where, you know, some of the retreats, you know, we're doing 10, 15, 20 trades during the weekend and making money. Okay. Now, one of you asked about my settings in terms of that. Here's my settings. So RSI is 3, 3, 10, 10. Okay. And MACD is 5 and 20, little tweaks. Okay. So again, and if you want to find out more, you know, about that, the retreat, you know, if you're part of our community, just ask, you know, one of the admin people at Gen Jam. If you're not part of our community yet, you know, go to that link and they put the link up there and register to come to one of our classes and find out more. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions you have? I got another 4 or 5 minutes to do this, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, like I always say, listen, anytime you have an opportunity to be kind, please do. Okay, type in K. That I think we had more kindness in the world, more giving in the world. You know, that's the best gift you can give me, is just have more kindness, more thing, because more empathy. Empathy is big. Because there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. I don't know if you know about mental wellness, and all that stuff. It's horrible right now. A lot of people are lost. Okay, so I appreciate each and every one of you. The biggest gift you can give, if this learns, share this video with somebody, but really help us spread this message and join our community, however you want, you know. But we'll be back here 2 weeks from today doing another one. It'll be either myself or Coach Rush or another, you know, and the next time I do it, I'll do it, they'll announce it, but I'll do it for AI for you guys and show you some cool tools. Like, who would love to build a product within a few minutes that you can get, you know, recurring income? Type in me if you would love that, and I'll teach you that the next time. Where, you know, within maybe a few hours, we'll actually, you know what we'll do next time. What I can do is actually maybe take one of you who would love that. Type in one of you would love that. Maybe take one of you, create a product for you with the graphics, with all the kind of stuff, with the videos, create it for you in 2 hours and give it to you as a gift. And you guys like that? So maybe I can do that for you in terms of that aspect. Okay, so maybe in 2 weeks, we'll see if I'm on the schedule for that, or because we have a lot of people at Modern Wealth Academy that are, you know, way more knowledgeable than myself, and they all want to share. One thing I can tell you about the people who work with and work in Modern Wealth Academy, they're not there primarily for the money. You know, they're there because they have a calling, a mission. The money allows us to take care of our electric bill and buy us dinner or whatever it is, because it's a business, but we're there because we really want to help you. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Anything else you need, I'll stay for a couple more minutes. I'll say bye, but that's it. That's it, guys. I appreciate you all. And if you like it, you know, spread the message, share the link if you like something like that. And please do me a favor and just go to that Google link, and then I'll pick one of you guys by 11 o'clock, and we'll reach out to you. Okay. So you got like 10, 15 minutes. Take you 2 seconds to do that. Okay. So cool. Thank you. Okay, cool. Perfect there. Thank you. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Gavin. We got people in Europe who work with us right now. We got people in Dubai who are there. And I appreciate you all because we're all on the same path, same mission. And again, this is thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you all right there. Okay. And again, on this thing right here, if you can also do here on this, if you can just click this little like button, that'd be great. Unlike like, click that. That will help the algorithm and stuff like that. So help us reach more people. Let's click that little like button there. That's perfect. Okay. Just click it once. Don't click it. So cool. Okay. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See how I do this.
We've got some amazing people, speakers who have actually brought along, many of them are multi-millionaires, right, who trade with millions of dollars. And the whole idea behind the retreat is very, very simple. I really want y'all to learn, I want y'all to earn, I want y'all to really understand the mindsets of what it takes to be able to trade bigger sums of money. The theme of this retreat, very simply, as you all know, is halving, right? We have a very, very, very important day happening. This is a very, very, very monumental event in crypto, right? It has already led to crazy gains, and I believe that we will see much greater, much bigger astronomical rise across the board, right? So if there is a time to really seriously propel yourselves financially, it is this year. When I was figuring out myself, it was my own self. I had no mentor to teach me or whatever. But now you guys are blessed. Why? Because you all have a community, you all have people around you. You have Calvin, you have Rash, you have Louis, you have all these guys to actually teach you and guide you, right? So you all are in a much better situation. You'll be learning about the mindset of multi-millionaire traders, right? The caliber of people that are brought for this retreat. Man, you all are in for a treat. Those are the speakers, and those are the guys we're going to be learning from over the week.